What's up, fam? How's everybody doing out there today? Welcome to a very special Traditional Tuesday. This is a handmade custom knife made right here in North Carolina, about maybe 45 minutes to an hour due west of me here. So out in the Asheville area, we are taking a look at a Philbrick Knives, and this is the Zulu spear. Now, Ben does these knives by hand. So they are 100% done by him, made in USA. He's a really awesome dude. I've actually had a chance to meet him. I'll actually be going to check out his shop next week. I'm going up to the Tennessee area for my birthday. So on our way back down, we'll be stopping by his shop to check him out and maybe do a little bit of an interview. We'll see how he feels. But yeah, that's definitely the plan. So let's go ahead and jump straight into the knife. We'll go over some specs, talk about it a little bit, and then just kind of let you guys see the knife here while we're going over everything. So he was nice enough to write it on a handy dandy little card here. So we are taking a look at a hand rubbed, so a hand satin CPM 154 blade. It is a spear point blade, Zulu spear. Duh. It does the heat treat on this is at 61 HRC, so it's a really good heat treat for CPM 154. The frame and everything, so it's a 416. The bolsters are 416 stainless. They are welded to a 410 stainless liners. The shield is a 416 stainless shield. It's the spear shield. And then the covers or the scales here are a hand jigged vintage black paper micarta. Really cool looking stuff here. And honestly, it looked like a more natural material, almost looked like a jigged bone dyed black, or like, maybe like a really dark wood or something like that. It did not look like micarta at first. It doesn't feel like micarta. It's really, really nice stuff here. Few specs on our lengths and things. So we're just north of a 3-inch blade and right at 6 3/4 inches overall and 3.2 ounces. So really not too bad, all things considered there. And one thing I do want to point out, so again, these knives are handmade. Ben does this stuff himself, and he is constantly improving. I've seen some of his work since this knife, and it is just absolutely astounding. It really is, and I really can't wait to check out what he's got at his shop, like I said, next weekend. So going ahead and taking a look at everything again, real nice up and close. So again, this is a knife that was through the pass round. So shout out to Bladewalker. He was the one that originally reached out to Ben to see about just getting a knife in to check out for the pass round. It's something I never really thought of. I don't really think to reach out to individuals like that, but luckily, Steve had the idea to do that, and luckily, I live fairly close to him, so me being the last one in the pass round, I'll be able to take it to him and give it back to him whenever we go see him. So there will be some blemishes that you'll see on the blade that comes from just the pass round, but again, you'll be able to see everything up close and personal here in just a moment. Golly, that walk and talk on this thing is insane. So let's go ahead and zoom straight on in here. So again, we do have a kind of a satin bolsters here, 416 stainless. You can see the pin run through there. It is super smooth. All of the pins are well finished. No jutting or anything like that. We do have just a little bit of glue seepage here around the side, around the shield. But your shield is a pin shield. You can't even see the pin there. And the shield is absolutely gorgeous as well. And then again, this job, the jigging that he did on this micarta is just awesome. I mean, it really looks good. It has a really great feel to it. The finish work on the back here is second to none. I mean, there is absolutely zero gapping, nothing here, and everything is perfectly flush. Just an amazing job. Of course, it is perfectly centered. There is, you can see that nail nick there. Again, that's a hand carved nail nick, hand done nail nick, and again, all hand satin on everything here. So all of your lines look really good. Everything lines up perfectly. Here, taking a look at the other side without the shield. Again, perfectly flush pin with zero gapping or anything around the pin on the bolster. And same thing coming up through here. Your pins are all flush. and the jigging looks to be, you know, machine done. I mean, it really does. He did a fantastic job on this. It's such a great job on that. Again, pull strength is pretty doggone tight on this. So it does have a nice spring on it. I'm just wiping my smudges off here from opening it. So luckily there is enough of the blade there to grab a hold of to be able to pull that out without having to use the nail nick. Honestly, I think with the nail nick, this would be a pretty if you didn't have the ability to grab a hold of that blade, I think it would be a little on the tough side to get out. Personally, I like that though. I like being able to grab a hold of the blade, and I love the walk and talk that this thing has. There you can see again that beautiful hand satin. And there are, again, you can see a few little scratches up here towards the tip where the knife has been used. Satin blades scratch like nobody's business. So taking a look at your grind work, it does look all really great. The sharpening is done very well. It is an extremely sharp steel. Like it's definitely still got some bite to it. I don't see any edge deformation or anything like that. Plunge grind is done very, very well. So your plunge grind does end pretty quickly, and you do have a sharpening tool there, so you're going to be able to sharpen that. It is a full height flat grind. Again, there is your nail nick. Taking a look at the locking here, so your spring height is perfect, and your meet up there is, I mean, I don't think you can really get much better than that. You can see it, but you cannot feel it. So it is absolutely well done. Finished work on the inside, again, is beautiful. So you can see down in there. So that's one thing that I try to do, is I try to make sure there's nowhere you can hide with these overviews. And so we're going to look at everything and give it some scrutiny. But again, he has done a fantastic job, like I said, especially considering everything being hand done. There you can see his maker mark. But yeah, great job. Take a look at that tip. And let's get it. And it looks like our tip is pretty daggone close. I think it might be just going a shade off to the left, but that might just be, I don't know. I'll have to look at that closer. I really don't think it is. So if we look at the actual grind, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. It looks like it may, if anything, it goes slightly to the left. No big deal there. Again, being hand done, I don't expect extreme precision or perfection. Just notice, making a note of something, but I do think that does go just a little to the left there. Yeah, let's go ahead and back out here, and just overall, the knife is phenomenal. In the hand, it feels great. It's the kind of the perfect size for one of these traditionals. That 6 3/4, 6.5. Well, 6.5 is a little on the small side, but that right at 7-inch overall length. The handle length is 3.85 inches, so it kind of gives you that perfect spot to where, at least in my hands, where the butt of the knife hits right in that sweet spot of my hand. So it allows me to really lock in the knife, and then I've got that perfect 50-50 grip with my thumb. Don't have to worry about pushing that in. Honestly, with the weight of this spring, you don't really have to worry about pushing it in back here either. I mean, it's really a very strong spring. Beyond, if you guys have ever handled Jack Wolf knives, even some of the QSP stuff that's a little heavier, this is definitely beyond that. But again, not overly heavy. So I want to emphasize that. It's not unbearable, but it is definitely strong. But perfect feel in the hand. It really is just absolutely amazing. Honestly, I can't wait to show this to my buddy Greg at Smoky Mountain. We're going to stop by there before getting to see Ben. So I will have this with me, and I'm going to definitely show it off to the folks up at Smoky Mountain. We have some very serious fans and collectors of traditional knives. So we are, like I said, we're definitely going to show this off to them, and I really look forward to hearing what they think on it, especially being a local guy that's doing this stuff. So again, really cool. I'll go ahead and shut up for a minute and let you guys take a look or take a listen to this walk and talk here. So I'm just going to bring it a little closer to the mic. Fantastic. And it is to the point where you can close it one-handed. So as long as you have you know, the ability and the strength in your hand, so you can still close it one-handed. You know, my dexterity in my thumbs isn't always the best, but I do have, again, I do have that strength. And as long as you have a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of cojones to be able to do it and not worry about that, you know, you have to have faith in that half stop. So that is definitely still possible to kind of do the one-handed close here with that little fidget move. And yeah, I have messed with it a little bit. It's definitely fun to play with, and it's really phenomenal. It does fit in like kind of that medium-ish size on your slips. So if your slips are kind of that normal small, medium, large, it'll fit in that, you know, that 3 to 4 inch or 3.5 to 4 inch slip very, very well. I actually have a Tuya knives. It's the DP leather slip. You guys may have seen me unbox that. It fits in there. It's a medium. It fits in there perfectly. But it is one of those where you would pinch it to drop it out, because it is a little on the tall side. So that's honestly how I like those slips to be. But you know, if you want one that's a little bit tighter, a little bit shorter, go for a small. But yeah, definitely awesome stuff. And I am very excited and very proud to have been able to get a look at this. So huge thank you to Ben, and huge thank you to Steve Bladewalker for, you know, like I said, for initializing this. I just, again, I hate that I didn't think about it. You know, actually when I met Ben the first time, that, you know, I never, you know, it just never crossed my mind. So again, definitely a huge thank you to those guys. Everybody will be linked down below. I can't remember the exact pricing on these guys. I do know it varies, of course, with any custom knife. The pricing is going to vary. So forgive me, I don't know the pricing for sure. I will check. I think at some point we had communicated about a kind of introduction price or kind of a starting price on some of his knives. So if we did, I will put that up across the screen here. Otherwise, you know, just reach out to Ben. He's an easygoing guy. He's a great guy to talk to. He's very responsive, and yeah, you'll definitely not regret picking up one of these knives. So anyway, guys, that's all I've got for you today. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Please remember to be kind, be humble, and be EDC. Y'all take care.